My name is Shake Sula, the mic. Find out that I'm on top, rock you like a cop, me rock you up next, working up now. Me why make the money, see? Me why get the honey, she? Traveling in my car, living like a star. Ice on my fingers and my toes and I'm a toys. Check it, yeah. Cause we are the Aqua Teens, make the homies say ho, and the girls wanna scream. Cause we are the Aqua Teens, make the homies say ho, and the girls wanna scream. Aqua Teen Roller Force, number one in the hood, G.
Hey kids, it's the Last Voice for Liberty. I'm the mouth laughing and scratching at you right here on the Last Voice for Liberty Network, joined by the lovely Miss Tammy Lynn. Man, she's been here many, many times, been on many, many shows with me, and God bless you, man. I thank you for doing the show with me here tonight, hon. How are you?
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much for having me. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you?
Oh, I'm about 3 drinks in and feeling all right. It's a Sunday night. It's been my first day off in like 20 days, so I'm kind of taking it easy here today. I had dinner with my granddaughters last night, which was highly, highly entertaining. For some reason, I've raised 4 kids, but there's nothing that gets old about watching 2-year-olds eat onion rings. It's hilarious to me, and I love it. So it was a great time. How about yourself, Tammy? It's been a long time since you've graced the airwaves with your wonderful presence.
Actually, I was on maybe a month ago, but I didn't get a word in edgewise because Dennis is on a rant, but
yeah,
it was well deserved. But anyway.
I know. I felt so bad after that show. I was like, Tammy didn't get to say a damn word. So, every time I tried to let you get a word in, then all of a sudden you'd get like 5, and then Dennis was like, and then, let me bring this up. Okay, calm down, Dennis.
I didn't mind because it was you guys, you know what I mean? And he was already on a roll, and I called him late, so
yeah,
going against it. But I'm doing fairly well, as opposed to what I was doing. I don't know, many people don't know my private business or whatever, but I'm not ashamed of it. I put it out there. My house is foreclosed. Family's kind of, broken up. The kids are with their father. I'm staying with a friend. I'm in the process of moving now. I've gotten on my own feet, getting my own place, doing everything solo. So everything's going as planned, and nothing can stop me now.
Right on with that, man. That's a beautiful thing. I've been doing the same thing, but like I told you before the show, I like what I'm doing, man. And here in my little albino raccoon camper, and bring on the winter. I'm ready for it, man. I'm gonna live in this sumbitch till I die now. my son and roommates and everybody else, we all want to try to find a nice big house that we can all be in. It's like, I don't know. Stop living in my little camper, man, because shit, it's fun out here, man.
What you want to do, you're comfortable.
That's for sure. I mean it's something that it's a little piece of freedom that I never got to have. I've been married for I'm 40 now, and I've been married for a good majority of my life. Out of about 20 years of my life, I've spent, tied down with family or with kids or a wife or what have you. And for the past few years, man, I've been pretty free and figuring out exactly what freedom is, especially, finding out through researching the law and all that other garbage that Tammy, you're well aware of what I've done, and coming to the point of anarchism. It's
I'm telling you how badass you are. You want to disagree with me, but it's the truth.
Well, I'm the humble one. Okay, so
I know you are. You know what? During this transition, now that you said 20 years, you and I have that in common. I was married for 21 years, and that was kind of like my first love or whatever.
Mm.
And I got 2 good kids out of it, but in the long run, everything came crashing down. I don't give a fuck. I don't talk, and this is gonna sound so ignorant. I don't fuck with my sister. I don't talk to my mom. I cut off all of my friends. I'm just like, you know what? I'm starting over because they're not innocent. That's what I tell you. And we'll talk after the show or another time about all that. But sometimes when you start over, you just got to start completely over.
No, that's the hardest. That was the hardest part about it for me is, I didn't realize that, I had to start completely. I mean, I didn't have to cut off my family or anything like that, because, my family was never that type to meddle in the rest of the family's affairs. I mean, we'll say something catty about you to your face, but, behind your back and all that other stuff, that's your fucking problem. We got our own headaches, you know what I'm saying? And, but, it was
some Springer shit going on in my family.
It was just, you had to literally take the slate and wipe it clean and pretty much leave what little bit of emotion you still had invested and all that left and put it back behind. And, I think once I kind of started to do that, that helped, I think my kids start to warm back up to me because they didn't talk to me for a little while. I base that totally on, the lies of what was spread about me. But, now.
I recall that. I was around for that time when they weren't speaking to me. I totally relate to that, yeah. I'm glad they're talking to you again. And, to the point where they're going out to dinner with you, that's beautiful,
Yeah, that's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm just a stoned guy from fucking Iowa, man, who likes a little bit of drinky poo from time to time. But if you ever meet my kids, they're awesome, and they'll most likely mind fuck you just because they think it's fun. That's that's my diabolicalness, coming into play there. Yeah.
I would love to meet them.
Yeah, they're great. They're growing into their own people, but I still see the lessons that I taught them as they were growing up resonating in their lives and how they're putting them to use in their own lives. And so I don't feel like a total failure most days,
You're not a failure, stop it. I bet you never thought you'd see the day where yourself would shine through in them.
Yeah, well, I always hoped for it, but,
no doubt.
I didn't, I was a insecurity, guard once, but I don't think I did very good at it. And when it came to my kids, I've always and have been, especially since the divorce, constantly second guessing everything I've ever done because, that's what you do when that shit comes out of the blue. And it came, and the kids coming around and just interacting with them and, taking them out to dinner with their respective girlfriends and boyfriends and stuff and their families. And, I can just sit back and look and go, oh, that's because of me. That's because of me. Oh, I wasn't a total failure. So.
We're all too hard on ourselves, especially parents,
Well,
There's no handbook when you have these kids, man.
I got to be hard on me because, nobody else will. And that's just the way I've always been about it. Truly, I'm in a pretty good place, man. I mean, I'm not, invested in government or anything like that. I don't contract with these sons of bitches. My kids know why I don't contract with them. They're coming around and being a part of my life again, and I'm making a little bit of Skrilla so I can go out and visit my friends. And like I said, I'm going to visit Dennis here coming up, and so if somehow mysteriously Tammy Lynn winds up there, I don't know how that happened, man. But you kids might be privy to somewhat of an epic history-making show right at that moment in time.
Absolutely. You're just gonna have to,
Well, somebody's got to come around east there and teach you kids how to drink because apparently you don't know how. I've been getting that vibe here, lately, from some of my brother's posts and stuff like that. And yes, everybody knows we're talking about Mr. Friday Night Dennis Ford, but that's where I'm going to be. You're going to see the two of us.
He deserves that sneak, appearance. No
it,
doubt.
I think it'll be classic. I really do. And then
I know
all
we're
the
gonna have a
liquor
good
is
time.
on me that night. That's for sure. We will have fun. That's really what I'm looking for in the rest of my life. I mean, after doing all these shows, Tammy, and doing all the research that we've done, and just a guy sits back most mornings when you first get up and you're having that morning coffee, that morning cigarette, that morning 420, whatever you do, kids, and you start to contemplate, well, you know, the inevitability of war is coming. What's to become afterwards? You know, I mean, where, what do you really want just out of your last 20 some years of life here? And I just want to have fun. I mean, is that too much to ask? I did spend a good 20 years raising children and, you know, making them upstanding citizens. A couple of them even believe in Jeebus. You know,
Yeah.
that
Well,
wasn't
that's
even
each
my
their own,
doing.
you know.
Okay, I can't take no credit for that, but it did
Each their
happen.
own.
So, but
But
to
do
be
you really
quite
think we're
honest,
going to be around for 20 years? I mean, with Russia and China threatening World War III?
that is that's the big question now, isn't it? I mean, it's
Yeah,
not.
I think so.
You've got that inevitability, which, you know, I touched on this. I did a show about the inevitability of World War III in the USA and Russia fighting against each other when I was still on Freedomizer radio, I do believe. So it was about 3 or 4 years ago, and
Yeah, and you mentioned that a few times on the show, too, as well.
it was something that it just starts to seem so drawn out, so predictable. It's almost like Vince Russo of the 1990 era WWE is there writing their scripts for them. You know, it's pretty freaking predictable, dude. Yeah, it's like I can see Coco Beware jumping out of the crowd to intervene here, and
It's too funny.
what it really is. And the more and more, and it could very well be just a big play, you know, just a big charade to get us all feared up and scared, and, you know, oh, we don't want the Russians to come and get us. Better give the government
Yeah,
more
no doubt.
power and all that crap. Or it could very well be that Putin is the badass that everybody fucking claims that he is, the take no shit motherfucker that everybody is trying to portray him as. And we're like barking up the tree with a bunch of suit dummies that couldn't even fucking have a 10-inch dick if they measured it in millimeters. You know, combined. That's how and you can add in the women too, because I'm sure some of them have a little something poking out down there. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. I mean, it could be fear monger, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I mean, the way the economy is going and everything, I also wouldn't be surprised either way. You know, either way that it turns.
Well, and here's the thing that really sticks with me, honey, is that Russia, in all their press releases, have been saying, look, we're going to back this guy. If you don't want us to fight, don't fuck with us. I mean, that's been the gist of every press release that they've released for the last 2 years, especially since this whole Syria thing has kicked off. And we keep fucking with them.
True. It's very true.
Why? Is it for this bravado stance that, oh, we've got to be the number one, we're the badass asses in the world, and blah, blah, blah? Or is it because we really want that fucking land in Syria? We really want that oil? Excuse me. Yeah, oil. Is that really what we're after there? It's because it is all about land. You know,
Oh, no doubt.
I was watching an old episode of Daniel Boone from 1953, I believe, is when the series was running. I don't ask me why I stumbled across it and kept on watching it. I just did. But one of the Indian characters on there said, men have been fighting for land for centuries. You know the history of our people, but I know the history of the world. And men have been fighting for land for centuries. For centuries, they're fighting for land. And now you kind of understand why when it becomes a part of they're fighting for the resources withheld in that land. This is where you start to see sovereign countries like Syria, like Iraq, are falling. Libya, to put it on the list, man. These people think that we don't see the big picture, man, and maybe a lot of you don't. But it's right there in front of your face. It's like Bob Ross is painting the motherfuckers. There's some happy little mountains right outside that shit. There really is.
Yeah, they don't do their research.
What,
They definitely don't do their research. I mean, they just look at the puppets at hand, like Hillary and Trump. They know nothing about Benghazi. They know nothing about when she was a lawyer. She was she let a female rapist get off and laughed about it. I mean, all the way from Trump with his eminent domain, where he's taking people's private property and stealing it from underneath them for commercial property. I mean, these people don't know this stuff because they don't dig far enough into it because they don't give a shit.
They don't. They think if it's not immediately affecting my life, it's not going to, drive up the price of gasoline for my ATV, for my four-wheeler, or whatever have you, then they don't give a fuck. And that's the biggest problem about it. It's like, it may not be affecting your life right now, but here in another 10 years, is that going to be affecting your kids when they're trying to take care of your fucking ass in the goddamn retirement home? And all of a sudden they got to, you know what? We just got to transfer you down to county hospital where they really don't give two fucking jack shits about you. You're just pretty much there waiting to die because we've got to fucking financially take care of our government.
Well,
you all of a sudden become obsolete.
That's actually what I think is the worst, is that people still believe in the political mythology. There's so many people that still believe in that, and that we are so outnumbered. They're taught, because we were all taught, and they were taught it, and they think that, political authority is real. So why would they ever vote in favor of freedom? That's an oxymoron.
Yeah, it totally contradicts what they've been taught.
Your neighbor is moral and legitimate, like government applies. Why not, righteously force everyone to fund what you think is important and behave the way you should, quote unquote? You're stupid.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's one of the biggest challenges that we face as hosts on radio networks where we're out here trying to actually put forward a little bit of common sense and fucking logic. I mean, Jesus Christ, do I have to parade out Leonard Nimoy's rotting corpse in order for you people to get a little bit of logic? Because
exactly. I mean,
that's really what it boils down to. Go ahead, hon.
Just thinking about how brainwashed people are. Tomorrow's Columbus Day. Most students get off for Columbus Day, but they have no knowledge as to Columbus, like any of the stories behind Columbus. Many, from the Taino sector of Indians, how Hispaniola, he sent them to Spain. This is just things, there was race. It was not a pretty picture. They were being sold. The rest behind were forced to be slaves to find gold on plantations and mines, and it's just sickening if you read the full story of it, but they don't take the time. They're just like, celebrate Christopher Columbus Day. Like, people like us, we're like, you're a fucking asshole. You don't even know what the hell's going on.
You look into a lot of the history of a lot of these government holidays, and then you'll start to see why I don't celebrate the craps anymore, man. I mean, the only one that I still celebrate besides, Halloween, just because that's fun, and I get to get, way drunk and nobody cares.
That's my favorite.
is Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is, the one time a year that it's perfectly acceptable to the rest of my family that I show up totally baked and eat shit tons of food. So, hey.
Yeah, at least you're doing it for that reason. You know, you're not doing it for the Thanksgiving reason, which is also treacherous. You know,
No,
people
it's
just don't
totally
think.
treacherous, especially to my ancestors, man. You know, I'm of Sioux Indian descent, and you know, it's
Oh yeah, definitely.
sorry, I don't sit idly by when it comes to the transgressions of the United States government upon the Native American people, because those were like my great grandparents, great grandparents or granduncles or whatever the fuck. I don't exactly know the lineage, but
Yeah.
I know it's there. I know. I know. Irregardless, even if it's all been lies my entire life, as far as my lineage goes, what's going on and what has been going on and what did go on is wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's no better than the Crusades of Christianity. It's no better than the Sharia law of Islam. It's just another way of men conquesting each other and thinking that it's okay. Well, you know what? We want your land, motherfuckers. I don't care if you want it or not. That's all right. We're going to
There you
come
go.
and take it. And that's where the terms, you know, this only the strong survive and all that other crap comes from. How about we make it that non-aggression, you know, helps us survive? Because then guess what? If we're not being aggressive towards one another, trying to take each other's shit all the time, how many
Yep.
more of us stay alive? Then you get those
Absolutely.
conservatives. Then you're overpopulating the planet. Bleep.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Well, we haven't
At
even
least we're
got rid
helping
of
one another.
GMOs and shit yet. Go ahead, Hank.
No, at least we're helping each other. You know what I mean? Like with bartering, there's so many different ways things to be done, but you know, unfortunately, voting is so delusional behavior, and so many people they outnumber us. I mean, there's one book. Have you read the Myth of Rational Voter? Have you read that?
No, but I probably could have wrote it.
Yeah, definitely look that up. Myth of the Rational Voter. I mean, it tells you that democracy isn't even mentioned in the Constitution, not even once.
It surely isn't.
Yeah, there's like a lot. I mean, it encourages people to participate in their community action, like the community action and neighbor security, police their neighborhoods without the police, actively participating in civil disobedience, boycotting, you know, helping those, because, you know, once we become awake, as you would call it, or aware, whatever, people, those who are already awakened need to be there for the newly awakened to let them know that they're not being, you know, that they're not crazy, that they were just part of like the Stockholm syndrome.
You're
That's
right,
why they
honey.
believe in all of that.
It
That's what it
is
comes down to.
it is probably about one of the hardest parts about it. You know, especially after doing it for, you know, as long as some of us have. You know, to still be there for the noobs and, you know, try to help ease them into it. So there, you can give them that pat on the back, dude. I know, I was like you then back before. And sometimes, man, you wake up at 6 in the morning and you see the same old shit each and every day, and then you start to become a cynical asshole like me, or Skeletor like my tag team partner. You know, it was you know, absolutely gone completely heel. You know, you're gonna be the complete bad guy, and it's not first taking into account anybody's feelings about that shit anymore. Sometimes
Yeah, exactly.
it brings you to that point, and to me, it's easier for me if I just, you know, kind of, all right, I'm just gonna ignore that one right now, and hopefully I won't ever see it again. But you know, it ends up becoming a repeat performance from a lot of people, and then you finally just can't help yourself, and you've got to just chime in. It's like, which
I
part
kind of
of
think it's like the trauma. I mean, we were all like traumatized. I mean, as we were awakening, becoming more aware of things, you know, we were traumatized from the displacement, enslavement, indoctrination, you know, leaving all the shit as we were growing up. You know, people mostly, you know, they're shocked, they're shaken, they're scared. You know, how were they lied to? their whole life was,
Yeah.
a deception. And it's really hard to, convince people that that's what happened. They don't want to hear it.
And then when you start to try and convince them, man, they sit there and they'll chastise you, call you every name in the book, and tell you you're crazy and all that other stuff. But what I've been noticing, and I've been saying this in the past few shows, man, is that a lot of those people that were first telling me that are now posting anarchist memes, and now really getting behind the point that government is a failure, completely and totally. It always has been. It always will be.
Yeah, but if you notice, even the presidential candidate, well, look at Trump, for instance. He's teasing us, and he's teasing the activists with, okay, well, vaccinations have been led to autism. What he's doing is he's teasing them to get them on his side. He doesn't give a fuck what happened or how, you know what I'm saying? But then you have the people who are trying to wake up, and they're like, oh, but, you're telling us all this stuff, but Donald Trump straight admits these vaccinations. It's like, okay, well, you believe that. Why won't you believe anything else? It hasn't come out yet, but it will.
All of a sudden, Donald Trump is, the beacon of truth. Okay, but that's awesome. Well, if that's the case, then I suggest you run right outside and grab somebody by the hoo-ha. Go right ahead. Let me know how that works out for you. Okay. What totally disgusts me about the whole Donald Trump thing is how much I feel like I should end up defending the stupid hairdo son of a bitch. Because of how I watch, I have to watch mainstream media for weather reports in the morning before I go to work because I work outside, and how much I see them just every single day. Their first 20 minutes of each news program is nothing but, well, Donald Trump did this, and he's so despicable, and blah, 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 and this and that, and it's like, wait a minute. He's not really doing anything but just being Donald fucking Trump. He's the guy he's been for the last 20 fucking years. Well, now that he wants to be fucking...
He doesn't even need to get out of bed. He's worth $3.7 billion.
It looks like we got a Polar the White joining us. Polar, how you doing, man? Well, maybe. Nope, it's not. It says I'm bringing him in. It says he's in. But God bless Skype. All right, well, if you try back, buddy, man, we'll get you back in.
Funny.
Yeah, dude, it's the beauty of live radio, man. Is trying to bring people.
Yeah, and then there's the illusion that most 90%, I want to say, of the people, they either want to vote red or blue. Like for me, I'm an anarchist, so let's face it, we are not in the time we're not ready for anarchy. Let's put it that way. So if I had to vote, which I don't, but if I had to, I would definitely be voting for Dr. Jill Stein. That's just my personal opinion. I don't give a fuck. People are like, oh, she's an anarchist or any bullshit anybody wanted to talk about me. I met her. We covered the DNC. I like her, but she could be just blowing smoke on my ass just like everybody else does. Who the fuck knows? Because I just like you, like all of us, we know that on a daily basis, we are capable of governing ourselves, and we do it every single day. I mean, voting for who gets to hold the club and wondering why it's always the person who wants, to club people and not the guy who wants to burn it. I mean, come on now. If you're against slavery or murder, why would you ever vote to abolish it?
Well, that's
when you think about it.
that's one of, like you said, one of the hardest things that we keep on facing is that people don't see just how bad an entity the government generally ends up being. It ends up being just this thing that can take away and do these immoral acts that we ourselves can't stomach doing, or what have you. So you want to be able to take care of the poor people and all that, but that requires taking from other people who are actually fucking, being productive and doing something. And sometimes these poor people who a majority still need just a hand up, just to help up, and then they get back on their feet and keep on going. And some just be like, shit, you're just going to keep giving me free money. I'm just going to keep on trying to get some free money and smoke my weed.
Absolutely.
They take advantage of it.
The opportunity to make these elected lab rats piss themselves and people see them for who they really are. And, they themselves are empowered. This is a long process, but I see more players by the day, more on our side, if they would just take the time and focus. But everybody's daily grind is a rat race. So they don't really take the time to sit back and think. I just had somebody arguing with me about Bitcoin and the government, and I'm like, dude, Bitcoin has nothing to do with the government, with a bank account. It is decentralized, mathematically, based global currency, make government obsolete. And he didn't want to hear it. I mean, some people, they just do not want to hear it. And putting us all in an environment where we do say where you and I, we know how to contain ourselves. Just like prior to the show when I was saying, people get pissed off at me because I forgive people who, big deal, they put a fucking dox on me. I don't give a shit. That didn't make or break me. But imagine those people who hold grudges and putting them into a society where they're going to be fucking crybabies and little bitches and hold grudges and want to wreak havoc. We can't have that either.
And that's the epitome of human nature.
Exactly.
The worst part about trying to find a true balance of liberty especially in today's world, is human nature. I mean, that will always be our biggest enemy, no matter what. The human nature is why we have government. Human nature is why we have people out in the street, I'm going to stab you or run up and punch you, knock you out of nowhere because it's funny or whatever they deem it to be, the reason for why they're doing these things, man. And unfortunately, a lot of people neglect the one human nature that is inherent in all of us, and that's a sanctity of life, man. Hey, we kind of like being alive. We kind of like the people that we love and our friends. We like them being alive too, but they can't differentiate in that that necessity for their loved ones in their lives to be safe and be alive, as opposed to people who never really have done anything to them across the planet, Muslims or Egyptians or even Freddie Mercury. I know some people that have some issues, but these people have never really done anything to them, yet they'll openly and in public call for their death, their doom, or their beating, or all this other crap. It transposes into, what people bashing the gays. So I'm going to beat up the gays, blee, that's against God. Or wanting to beat up black people because they want to be racist, or Asians, or what have you. It still transposes into the same line of hate that everybody just, like heroin addicts, taps into. And once you start to, really catch yourself, pay attention to what you're saying, what you're thinking to yourself, then it becomes, quite easy to pinpoint and accurately, take away from all those messages of hate that you're broadcasting. And if we all kind of like did that a little bit, just a little bit, I mean, I've been saying for a very long time, let's put aside our differences for 10 fucking minutes, all right? And deal with the problem deal with the thorn in our backside. Because collectively, we all do have one big thorn in our backside, and that is the government. There's no two ways around it. I mean,
while she was Secretary of State, she called to execute gays and lesbians. I mean, conflict much?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. You know, just like the thing with Donald Trump saying that he's going to build this great wall. Back in 2012, didn't he slander, tell him he was being too harsh? I mean, this is ridiculous. And
Well,
people don't see it. They just don't see it.
they do. It's double speak. It's the flavor of the week mentality. People's attention spans can only be measured in literally freaking nanoseconds now anymore. Like I said, I said to somebody this morning, what do you think about Trump and his whole Trump tapes and blah, blah, blah? I was, number one, who hasn't said that they would grab a woman by the pussy? I don't know. Number two, how many women do not want to be grabbed by the pussy? I mean, I haven't met very many. Okay, just saying. Maybe not all women want to just be, hey, let me come up and just grab you by the twat.
I think it depends on their mood.
Well, yeah, definitely.
What?
Yeah, it definitely depends on their mood. That's for sure. But
that's what I was thinking that you were going to say with Dennis earlier when you said we'll see next month. No, but most people also say with Trump, the Trumpers, they say, well, he didn't hold elective office. That means absolutely bullshit. Joe and Hillary were at this guy's wedding. He does not need to hold elective office. Period. He has them at his fingertips. They're all the same clique.
Mm-hmm. All the same clique. Thank you.
Yep.
I've been trying to find the right words to put that together for a very long time, and you're right. They're all the same clique. Okay, all the same little group of people that hang out with each other, man. And
absolutely.
In the end,
and after 8 years of Obama, the last thing we need are these fuckers. That's for sure.
Any of them. And
right, absolutely.
It's days like this that make me sit there and go, man, I'm glad that my uncle and my father are not still alive to see this garbage. Because furniture would be moving around the motherfucker. I'll tell you that right now. Where do you?
Because I'm not really up to par on this, and I know that you're more into it than I am, and you probably know about this. I heard something about the Grand Dragon of the West Coast, I think, of the Royal White Knights of the KKK back in Hillary Clinton. Is that true?
You got me. I didn't know that there was a Royal White Knights Order of the KKK. That seems redundant. Yeah, just saying, I'm a white knight of the KKK. Well, was you going to be a black knight? Or a Jewish knight? It just seems like a over redundant, like stupidity to me. That's like saying, I'm a cracker.
He said he donated so much money because, after all, whites are God's chosen people. I'm telling you, his name is Will Quigg. And I was going to, research him and forgot about it before I got on here, so I didn't want to throw out any, fallacies. So I was just wondering if you knew about that.
Well, Hillary Clinton has supported several, as the term is coined, racist, like Margaret Sanger and others throughout her career. A lot of people tend to look the other way with that, like they do with, the body count of people who had dirt on them and all this other crap. Especially like you brought up at the beginning of the show, where she got that rapist off by making the poor child cry in court.
And then laughed about it. What a bitch.
Thought it was great. Oh, that's just funny.
And I know there's something else that we wanted to cover. Muhammad Ali, who risked everything.
Mm-hmm.
By just saying, man, I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong. That was all he said. Freedom of speech.
Yep.
And that was all hype.
And all of a sudden, oh, he's an enemy of the state. Hunt that Negro down. He's
Yep.
stirring them up. Wait, what? You know what? I didn't have any quarrel with back then. No, number one, because I wasn't born. But the Viet Congs. You know who else didn't? Oh, let's see. My parents, probably Tammy's parents, everybody else who didn't fucking go to fight the proxy war. And that's what we have nowadays, man, is a series of just pretty much proxy wars. Nothing more than rich suit dummies sitting there going, you know what, we need to have this land. Or else we're going to start running out of money in 50 years. You know, and some of these motherfuckers are 70 years old, mind you. But this is their mentality. They're so egotistical.
Of course, Hillary's going to win. I mean, why people even vote is beyond me. I mean, that's just, in my opinion, I think she's going to win. People don't care that she lied about the Irish peace process, and she lies about every fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
and it's like, well, but that's okay because, you know, she's not going to grab anything by the pussy. So, apparently that's the yardstick of measurement, you know, as to whether or not, you know, hey, you know, they could be a president, but if you're going to grab a woman by the pussy, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we don't want nothing that might lead to procreation around here, you dastardly bastard.
Right.
And you know, I'm not. And this what's horrible about it, Tammy, is every time I got to come on here and sound like I'm defending Donald fucking hairdo Trump. And to be quite honest, it's farthest from the truth. But this, it's so ridiculous. The onslaught on him is like, dude, could you at least have some substance to bitch at him about? I mean, we all know he's an asshole. And being an asshole, I'm sorry, it's not a crime. It's not.
No doubt.
As much as all of you want it to be, fuck the fuck off. It's not. You know?
No, I know many assholes.
And it's, well, being a professional asshole myself, you know, we can smell our own.
But at least you're an asshole that I love. You know, we're family over here. So.
Oh, and I love you too, though, sweetheart. But no, being an asshole is not a crime, and that's exactly what Donald Trump is. He's a fucking asshole. All right? I mean, yeah, there's some things that he said that, yeah, I've probably said a few times. There's some things that he said that I've said that are, damn, dude, really? You greasy fuck. Yeah, sometimes that happens. And as a guy who has absolutely no qualms with saying just about anything, you can imagine if it bothers me a little bit, it must be that greasy.
Yeah, it has to be greasy.
Greasy. You got to keep it greasy so it goes down easy, baby.
You know, maybe the clowns will get him. You never know.
Right. He might as well be a clown. I mean, him and Hillary both. They're just out there trying to lure kids into the damn woods. Come and vote for me. It'll be great. Somewhere, somehow, I don't care whether it's in hell or in heaven or whatever fucking type of limbo you want to cast him in, John Wayne Gacy is giggling like a motherfucker somewhere. I know this.
I forgot all about him.
Mm-hmm. You old killer clown.
Fuck yeah, I watched the movie on him. That's crazy.
Yep. That was one of the things that's been sticking in my head all goddamn week about all this clown shit.
Yeah, me too. It's clowns. Like, really seriously, out of nowhere, there's all these fucking clowns. You know, Trump is just a puppet, man. Come on now. Look at all the money that he makes compared to even Hillary. That's just ridiculous. He doesn't even be up there. And Hillary, what if she could pay like $200,000 for every speaking engagement? That's good.
Yeah. Shoot, I wish they gave me $200,000 every time I fucking got on there and said some shit. Damn.
I know, right? At least you'd be speaking truth and just saying it raw, telling them the truth. They pass out.
We'd be rolling. It'd be a full-on ensemble show from the Bahamas. I fucking... We're on a small island, no extradition, and we own this shit. Broadcasting live,
It's disgusting. I can't believe it. I mean, all the money that they already have, and Trump is obviously just a puppet master. He doesn't even want. I don't even think he wants to be president. He could just be fucked.
Look at the guy's ego. He totally wants that job, just so he can say, "I had that job." That's literally the only reason he wants that job.
Yeah, to be an ego, because he's a douchebag.
In 2013, and I'll put this out here live on the radio, there was a WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and they inducted Donald Trump as a celebrity part of the Hall of Fame there. Vince McMahon himself introduced Donald Trump as the next president of the United States. He really does want that fucking job. How he's going about getting it, come on, dude. I smoke a lot of weed all day long, and I could have done a better job. Just saying.
I mean, Hillary's net worth is $31.3 million. There's $327 billion. He does not give a shit. He does not need to do anything.
It's all about the power. It's all about the posture. It's all about the posterity. That's really what it's all about.
And the ego.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that.
You can't. Don't say that damn E word. No. But that's really, in the end, all it's about. Especially the presidency of the United States is not about power, because they ain't the ones that pull the fucking strings, man. It's about ego. Tammy hit it right on the head. This whiskey tastes so fucking good. I think it's just talking to you that makes it taste so much better. You sweetened my drink there, Tammy. I'll tell you what.
Oh. Yeah, now I'm blushing again.
That's right. Twice in one day, babies. You could blush too. Just get a hold of me there. No, honey, you know I love you, and I'm totally glad that we're back here doing the show, because I can have different types of conversations with you as opposed to the conversations that we have on Friday night, because our Friday night show has built up such a reputation on its own for what we do and how we act there. But I do still kind of sympathize with some of you semi-statists, you minarchists out there, and libertarians even. I do. I was there once. It's all right. I've been stuck in the mud before. I just wouldn't mind being one of those guys that gets down there behind your bumper and helps push that stupid sumbitch out. Next time, buy a 4-wheel drive vehicle. Okay. But these are the things that I sit and ponder all week long. And as I sit and watch, your mainstream media and check out the news feed on Old Face Crook and other social media sites, and you still start seeing the same thing. Well, I'm going to support Trump. Nah, I don't see so much of the Hillary shit. Maybe it's just me. I think I've got blocked by most of their pages. So
I see a lot of bullshit on Facebook. I mean, I see more divide and conquer and people going after one another, and just a bunch of kid shit. For real, just a bunch of kid shit.
Yep. It's like junior high school.
Yeah, all over again.
And you know what?
If I have something to say to somebody, I'll just say it to them. Period. I'll just say it to them. I'm not going to go to ABCD.
You ain't got to fucking go out with that tagging motherfuckers and shit and calling them out. Oh, I'm going to put you on blast and all, whatever the kids say.
Yeah, like that's such a threat. Oh my God, you're going to put me on blast on Facebook. Are you fucking serious?
Go ahead. Thank you. Free publicity. That's the way I say it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm a radio personality, kids, so I'm not really a real person.
You're an icon. Everybody loves you.
I'm just a Jim Henson puppet that they put up on air from time to time. Go ahead and defame me. Tell everybody say all the dirt I've ever said in my life. Believe me, if you get something that I've left out in my live broadcast, because I've been totally honest with everybody how I am, I can't hide it. I'm not going to lie to you about it. Shit, I love
Maybe
drinking
they just want to
whiskey.
refresh your memory. Hey,
I love
you want to
fucking...
refresh people's memories? Fuck them.
Yeah, go right ahead.
But they're the same people that if you call them out, they're going to deny it. They're not going to own up to what they do. So,
It's all right.
you know,
That's their problem, sweetheart.
yeah,
You know, that's
how
the way I
feel.
look at it. You know, if you want to spend all your time hating on me, good. Let me know how that works out for you, okay? I'm going to be over here being cool.
You're not paying my bills. You ain't helping me in life. So your relevance is what? 0? I thought so.
Say word. Yeah.
It's sad, but it's true, you know?
Well, it is. And you know, we all have that mentality that, you know, look, we're trying to help everybody, okay? Stupid, dumb, smart, young, old, it doesn't matter. Okay, we're trying to help all of you by pointing out the fallacy of government, the reality of the corruption that you keep contributing to and celebrating, waving a little Chinese-made cloth for. Yep. But hey, some of y'all motherfuckers just ain't gonna make the cut of us being nice to you. Okay, it's not our fault. Nor should we be blamed for any of that. As a matter of fact, let's put it out here now. We are not responsible for any of your hurt feelings at all, period. You know,
well, we're so used to doing this. You can tell somebody to go fuck themselves and smile on their face.
Yep. And we do on a daily basis.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's true that we do.
But look, I'm going to put it out to you kids this way. If we're telling you to go fuck yourselves, do just a little bit more research. Come back in another couple months after you've done a little bit more research. You don't even have to apologize. Tag us in the meme.
I'm sorry in their vocabulary.
And I don't worry about apologies, especially when it comes to this, because, you know, shit, we were all there once. It's okay. Hate me now. That's right. Go right ahead. In a little while, you'll be loving me.
But either way, we won't care.
Nope.
If it doesn't turn out that way. I mean, I honestly, I don't hate anybody, you know what I mean? Like, I chose to cut my family off because they're just plots. And, you know, that's part of the bullshit, but I don't hate them. I mean, don't want to speak to them, but
well, you know,
that saying goes, they handed me the scissors, they cut themselves off. Fuck them.
Sweetheart, when bullshit keeps coming from the same place, sometimes it's best to just wrench that fucking teat off and walk away. And sometimes, kids, that bullshit does come from your own fam. And that's the hardest bullshit to fucking wade through, dude. They don't make fucking hip waders for that shit.
You're right about that. And I don't miss it. I'm glad that I did that. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, damn, she can cut off her family. You don't know my story. You don't point fingers and use dirty hands. And if you want to judge me, judge me. I don't care.
If you got fucking dirty hands, don't be pointing no goddamn crooked fingers, man, because shit. Ain't got no candy for that shit, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Now, you know that we do a show like this where we keep agreeing so much that the internet's going to think that we're married, you know. Just so you know.
Probably do.
Shit, they think I live with Dennis Ford,
we
so.
vowed to not tell them to stop giving them hints.
Oh.
And by the way, that argument we got into the other night, the trailer, too cramped, man. I can hear you talking a second when you're like 2 feet away from me.
I'm nothing but honest. You know, there's nothing I can't lie about shit. it's so I think it's a blessing. A lot of people seem to reinforce the fact that it may, in fact, be a curse. But
No, it's definitely a blessing, man, because I never used to be as straight up as I am now, and I'll tell you, I am so straight up the fuck now. It's not that I don't give a fuck, it's just say it the way you just get it the fuck out. Then you don't got to worry about going back to it and having to, remember the lie or remember trying to cover somebody's ass. Just fucking say it.
yeah,
That's just the way I feel.
it's way easier. It's so much easier. Uh, even my family members will sit there and look at me, and it's almost like they act like they gotta watch what they say around me, because they would go, "Oh, why is it because of that?" And bring out just some really honest type thing. I hold no secrets. Everybody knows what I do. They know that I go out, have a good time, drink, get stoned, get on the radio, and tell everybody just how corrupt the government is.
Absolutely.
But one thing they don't do anymore is act like I don't know what I'm talking about. Because after a couple of years, I was like, well, go look it up. Go prove me wrong, motherfuckers. Go ahead. And then, of course, there's...
How many came back? In
0. Crickets. Crickets, baby. As we call it here in the professional radio business. This whiskey is so fucking awesome. A really fucking good batch.
I wish I drank.
Hmm?
I wish I drank. I'll think that for when you come to visit.
When I come to visit you, man, look the fuck out. Don't worry. I'll watch out for you. I'm a professional, man.
What's it called? Standardized GPS your ass in. You want to know what kind of like that you're there. It's going to be conspiracy.
It's got to be. It's got to be. And you never know, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Tammy Lynn in the same local vicinity could actually kick off World War III. You never know.
Right.
These things could happen, kids. You've got to be aware of your surroundings. As a matter of fact, we could sit here and start to put out that headline for another month if we were mainstream media, and everybody would be like fighting to keep us the fuck apart, wouldn't they? They'd be like, no, don't you cross this state line, motherfucker. There'd be standoffs, everything, feds be calling and shit. Why? Because we agree? Because we think a little bit the same way? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Look the fuck out. But that's what they do when we start to really unite, when we really start to get together and start bringing across the message that people can, identify with and sit there and go, oh yeah, you know what? You're fucking right. But then we get silenced, no matter what.
Don't tell them of any future plans. Then it'll be premeditated.
It's the biggest crime in history, is really what it is. They've stolen our ability to talk to each other. They stole it. I mean, shit, Timmy, back in the day when we was kids, how did we get a hold of each other? Call you up on the phone? You ain't there?
Exactly.
All right, I know where you is. Let me jump on my bike.
On the street?
Yep. I'm going to jump on my bike and ride to where you is.
Yep. Had to be in when the street lights came on. Parents didn't have to look for you. They didn't have to worry about you all day long. Didn't have to worry if you were sending those naked pictures to some grown-ass man. A lot of shit has changed, man.
Mm-hmm. And not changed for the best, man. It really hasn't. Isn't that like one of the most depressing parts of this? Is that we could see so many hundred people change in a year and what have you, but in the end, it doesn't even matter, to quote a stupid, shitty Linkin Park song. I don't know who's texting me, but I hope they can fuck off for just a couple minutes, because I'm going to play a song and play some music here in just a second. I know it's the top of the hour. Fuck off. I love having a support group like I do. Yeah. We're not here to keep you from drinking, Lee, or keep you from doing drugs. No. Make sure you know what time it is, motherfucker. God love them, man.
They're reminding you.
I really do. I mean, it's one of the. You said earlier I'm a badass, and yeah, it is kind of cool that I got mobs that watch my back like that. So it is at the top of the hour. Polar White keeps trying to call in. Skype is not letting me bring in anybody else to the group call for some odd reason, man. I've been trying to bring you in, Polar, and I was able to almost do it once, and then they had nothing for us. So we're going to kick up at least a couple tunes. We've got to play a couple ads here. You know, I've got bills to pay and all that other crap. But hour 2 is going to come up. I'm going to stay awake and hang out here with Tammy Lynn as long as I possibly can, because, you know, Lord knows, kids, I don't get to hang out with beautiful women every day. So, shh, don't tell anybody. But we're going to get back here on, this is not the Friday Night Super Show, on the Last Voice for Liberty show. I can't remember what fucking show I'm doing. Ha 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 ha. Kids, come have a drink with us. The chat room is open. It's at Spreaker.com/Last Voice for Liberty Network. Yeah, it's right there, man. Get on there. Be a part of it. If I can't get you in on the Skype number, and only you guess, get that Skype number. The public number is coming soon. Just takes a little bit of Skrilla to buy that shit, kids. You know, little bit of.
I hope we get a chance to bring somebody in.
Well, I'm trying to. I really am. But we're going to kick this off and kick a little Payday Monsanto towards you, man. It's one of my favorite songs off the new record, man. A little bit of Sharks for you. We're going to kick a couple ads, and we'll be back.
Perfect song.
The second hour. The Mouth, Tammy Lynn. It's a date night, kids, and you're privy to it. We'll be back on the Last Voice for Liberty Network, kids.
Yeah. The gold reserve got my tongue super loose and comfortably numb, more focused than ever and ready for whatever's to come. While Big Pharma got the populace wonderfully dumb, addicted to deadly drugs to keep them under their thumb. You're dealing with scum, handsomely paid to peddle poison. Enjoy something that grows out of the ground, that annoys them, destroy them. Let them know you're privy to their thin scam. Stand tall, don't ever fall for the flim flam. Most politicians are supporters of NAMBLA and actors who follow a script similar to Tony Danza. Who's the boss? It'll cost if you're a gambler. I'll disappear you off of the grid like Adam Lanza. My mantra, incarcerate inquisitors and put them on serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Pharmaceutical giants should lose all privileges, incarcerate their contributors, strip them of their visitors. All I got is a gold pot to piss in, a pole pot position, controlled opposition. They won't stop the mission, they don't got the vision. My cold got them shivering, I'm so hot, I'm sizzling. I am not a slave to the rhythm. The rhythm is a victim of an ancient predilection that I give them. The law of nature on which I base the decision. Obama was the pres, but I voted for Shirley Chisholm. Sharks might not be surrounding you yet, but you just wait till the moment that you're drowning in debt. You'll be so much more than upset. You'll be loading your weapon, step into the eye of the threat. Sharks, they are all around you. One drop of blood and they start to surround you. You better stop talking to skanks. They seduce you on the ship and you're walking the plank. The treatment you're receiving is no different from stepchilds. You keep swallowing semen of these demons and reptiles. When will you learn? Pyros are working together, taking turns, and their only endeavor is to make it burn. Hey yo, I had enough of this. Justice Department suck my dick, fuck that bitch. I will force feed her the poison from a puffer fish. These snuffleupagus motherfuckers in love with this hot potato, but they won't even touch it with some oven mitts. Now that I understand the level of deceit to keep these devils in their seat and let them pedal on the street, their pathetic, apologetic rhetoric, they won't compete with the veracity and the tenacity that can't be beat. Suckers and tyrants, they both act as one. The best way to expose them is to make them act like one. Look at all these evil people making a killing. Literally, I'll make the gargoyles come to life and eat the people in your building. Sharks might not be surrounding you yet, but you just wait till the moment that you're drowning in debt. You'll be so much more than upset. You'll be loading your weapon, step into the eye of the threat. Sharks, they are all around you. One drop of blood and they start to surround you. You better stop talking to skanks. They seduce you on the ship and you're walking the plank. Word magic has let the oligarchy step on your voice. Man, I'm telling you, it's the pirate's favorite weapon of choice. Lady Liberty has been literally keeping people in misery. The context is more complex than the prison industry. They're parasitically feeding upon the citizenry, leading it, ritualistically feeding it so habitually. America's in a crisis, getting massacred by ISIS. You could be Al-Qaeda, so your constitution don't mean shit to me. You look suspicious, miss. Step out your car, please. Civil forfeiture, we're collecting like Barclays. We'll take your cash and we'll wipe out your cards, please. And trying to get it back is worse than ripping out shark teeth. I hate to sound unkind, but all that does is cloud your mind. I hope you get to take some time away from shit that makes you blind. My self-contained underwater breathing apparatus lets me see these sharks for who they are and come report the status. Sharks might not be surrounding you yet, but you just wait till the moment that you're drowning in debt. You'll be so much more than upset. You'll be loading your weapon, step into the eye of the threat. Sharks, they are all around you. One drop of blood and they start to surround you. You better stop talking to skanks. They seduce you on the ship and you're walking the plank. Sharks. Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Sharks. Say what? Say what? What? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Sharks. Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? What? Say 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 what?
I'll bite off your head. No. Right bucket. Love is it. More quicker than pig, more catcher than toy, more dollar than card, more darker than sand, more rubber than number, more tougher than cheek, more roller than mash, more potato than mash. Right bucket. Love is it. I'm ready to explode for my garbage. Build up, I cannot wait to hell. The road that used to homo and release, come on, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ow! All I wanna do is throw it on the cloud and scream to the top of my lungs. Set me free, gotta do it now if you know how. It made myself, I know you do the rest. This is only test. A woman's a slimy start. Increase my headache, migraine. Replace the pain with sugar cane. My country went crazy and I feel like a mess. My mama's talked to me about going to the holiday church. I love you, God, but my head really hurts. Right fucking nervous.
FBI is looking for my friend. I got love for my homie. I don't wanna see him take it in. He's my childhood friend. Ra la 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 dee 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 da. Ra la 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 dee 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 la 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 la. Ra la 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 la. The FBI is looking for my friend. I got love for my homie. I don't wanna see him take it in. He's my childhood friend. Ra la 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 dee 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 da. Ra la 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 dee 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 la 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 la. Ra la 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 la.
My head is on fire and so are my feet. I can't forget things from the needles and thread that sting in my skin. Oh no. Right bucket. Nervous. Don't yell at me, bitch. Don't make me feel small. I'm hanging by a thread. And that's not all. I'll bite off your head. No. Woo. Right bucket. Nervous. More stinging than stank, more gas than tank, more mad than animal, eagle than beagle. More run than Luther, more king than Louis, more teller than Tully, more rapper than X. Right bucket. Nervous.
Oh no. Fake fucking nervous. Fake fucking nervous. Fake fucking nervous. Oh yeah. Fake fucking nervous. 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 Fake fucking
Hey there, people, I'm Bobby Brown. They say I'm the cutest boy in town. My car is fast, my teeth are shiny. I tell all the girls they can kiss my hiney. Here I am at a famous school. I'm dressing sharp and I'm acting cool. I got a cheerleader here, wants to help with my paper. Let her do all the work and maybe later I'll rape her. Oh God, I am the American dream. I do not think I'm too extreme, and I'm a handsome son of a bitch. I'm gonna get a good job and be real rich. Get a good. Women's liberation came creeping all across the nation. I tell you people, I was not ready when I fucked this dyke by the name of Freddie. She made a little speech then, all she tried to make me say when she had my balls in a vice, but she left the dick. I guess it's still hooked on, but now it shoots too quick. Oh God, I am the American dream, but now I smell like Vaseline, and I'm a miserable son of a bitch. Am I a boy or a lady? I don't know which. I wonder. So I went out and bought me a leisure suit. I jingled my change, but I'm still kinda cute. Got a job doing radio promo, and none of the jocks can even tell I'm a homo. Eventually me and a friend sorta drifted along into S&M. I can take about an hour on the Tower of Power, as long as I get a little golden shower. Oh God, I am the American dream, with a spindle up my butt till it makes me scream, and I'll do anything to get ahead. I'll lay awake nights saying thank you, Fred. Oh God, I'm so fantastic. Thanks to Freddie, I'm a sexual spastic, and my name is Bobby Brown. Watch me now, I'm going down, and my name is Bobby Brown. Watch me now, I'm going down, and my name is Bobby Brown. Watch me now, I'm going down.
Yeah, I knew you'd be surprised.
Oh boy. You know, the last 30 minutes we've been sitting here talking without the microphone on. Outstanding. I need a production assistant, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, AJ just sent me a message like, dude, I've been trying to listen to the show for the last bit and nothing but crickets. Where you at? Oh, fuck, I got the mic muted. God damn it. First world problems.
That you were teaching your 2-year-old granddaughter about castration being passed.
Well, yeah, I was. And then I was also having a conversation with a very, very wonderful lady. So I regret nothing. Haha. Welcome back to the Last Voice for Liberty here on the Last Voice for Liberty Network. I know it's been silent for the last 30 minutes, but you know, hey, silence is golden. So.
Meanwhile, we were talking, thinking we were being heard.
Yes, we were. And it was quite good. If you want to check out the archive, you're not going to fucking hear it. Because we were just backstage just chatting it up like, hey. It's nobody's business. So that's all right, ladies and gentlemen. You've got the mouth. You've got Miss Tammy Lynn laughing and scratching at you live here on the Last Voice for Liberty Network. We were going to get in a little bit of this debate talk tonight, but yeah, to be quite honest, I never turned the sumbitch on, so sorry for them. I guess they can go, you know, they can go pimp their popularity to somebody else, because to be quite honest, I really just don't care.
Yeah, I was looking forward to some people's calls too. You know that?
I did, yeah.
You know, damn it.
Oh, I keep getting put in the middle of this stuff. It's kind of funny.
But you know me, I'm a sweetheart.
You absolutely are.
Don't go looking for trouble, man. Trouble
Don't
finds me.
ever let anybody tell you different. You absolutely are a sweetheart, and you're my sweetheart, no matter what.
Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Well, you know, that's what I do for the ladies that I love, and I do love you to death, no matter what. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the video will be coming on Pornhub and X videos, or you look at your favorite porn site. You know, it'll happen. Go right ahead. Fucking silly sheeple. I swear to Christ. If you don't mention, I've noticed this. If you don't mention like a porn site at some point in time, regardless of what it's in reference to, then you know, motherfuckers don't pay attention. But if you mention a porn site, well, shit, it ends up in their tags. It's fucking funny as fuck.
I had been thinking about doing porn lately. I'm so glad that you talked me out about that.
Well, you know, you're way too beautiful for porn, and well, unless of course you want to do porn with me, then you're absolutely perfect for it. But that notwithstanding, ladies and gentlemen, as we put our personal things aside,
I wonder where we got cut off at, where you didn't hear it.
I think it was the point that you said you wanted to do a porn video, but
oh, you perfectly cut me off. You wanted like no dibs on that. I see what you did, Sonny. No breathing.
Darling, we're totally live, and that whole porn conversation happened, and now I have to hold you to it. So it's not my fault. I don't make the rules.
What rules? What
Exactly.
rules? Come on now.
Exactly. Dude, it's my network. I make all the rules.
I bet you AJ is very proud of us.
Well, he has been messaging and saying the show that has been pretty good, except for, you know, that 20 minutes that we weren't live because I had the goddamn microphone muted like a fucking idiot. But that's okay, kids. Every now and then, you get to be dumb.
We have to do a catch-up show. When's the next night that you're free? See?
Shit, I gotta do my laundry tomorrow, dude. I can't go around stinking in these clothes any longer, so that has to be done. Shoot. You hit me up. Let me know. We'll fucking do a show. I always got time for you, baby. You know.
Oh, you tell me. Anytime you want me. I'm down to do a show. You let me know.
That's why I love you, baby.
And you know I love you too.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is how people get along in real world scenarios. I know it's amazing. It's unheard of. You know, a little bit crazy, but hey, it's possible.
That is very possible.
I mean, I feel like we're trying to lead by example, and I feel like motherfuckers aren't really looking at the example. They're hearing the little banter, the little flirtation, and all that stuff that we have going on, but it's like,
is that we all need to get along like this, man.
yeah. Dude, believe me, Tammy and I do not agree on everything. I am an inconscionable fucking prick about a lot. Okay? It's some people say it's a hindrance. I call it, just me. Sorry. It's me.
You don't have to apologize to me because I love it.
Well, nobody was started being a dick to Abraham Lincoln because he was so tall until he got shot. But just saying. If I can have these conversations with Tammy, if I can have conversations and meet in person with Liberty Lisa, and she does not kill me and I do not kill her, or I can have lunch with Earl Conlon, the dashboard outlaw, which, me and Ogre did the other day. That did happen.
I didn't get any pictures.
Oh, yeah, we didn't take no pictures. All of us are ugly. There's a reason that we do radio, and one of us is a bass player. It's just that's how that works out. When you're that ugly guy, you just sit back and no, I ain't taking no pictures.
Stop it! Stop.
Oh, come on, I'm hideous as a chud. You know this.
Not at all. I would tell you, I'd be like, damn.
But you are the only person that's told me I was a sexy MF for quite some time. But
that's because other people are hating on you, remember? They hate it because they ain't us.
There's something about you saying anus that just makes me grin. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but I'm smiling now there. So, I'll tell you what. Anyway, kids, my own sick fucking little sense of humor aside, man, it's been a great opportunity here tonight to sit and talk with Tammy because we don't get to do these shows together too often. You've always got something going on, or I do, and damn, I miss doing shows with you, kid. It's fucking awesome.
I know, I miss it. I miss it anytime. Just let me know. Let me know that day, whatever. We'll be in touch more. I promise.
I'm gonna hold you to that. You know that.
Yeah, sure. I give you my winner's blessing. Whatever you need me to know.
That's fucking awesome. Renegade, I'd love to bring in. They're not letting me bring in group calls again.
Yeah,
So,
figure that out.
they're just like, Lee and Tammy, the stars have aligned. It's time for you all to just sit here and talk and do what you do here. I'm going to do about another 20 minutes or so here. I'm only going to do a 2-hour show here tonight because I got to be 30 miles away at about 7 o'clock in the morning. So that requires me getting up and dealing with my hangover tomorrow, which takes a little bit of time, kids. You don't, drink a bottle of Jack Daniels lightly. You just don't. Although I can handle it way better than everybody else, it's still, I got to get up and drink some water and coffee in the morning. Ha, fuck you. Don't pick on me now.
So what do you think that we're going to have to do? I mean, eventually, do you think these shows are going to be waking more and more people up? I mean, just from tonight, we have a whole shitload of callers. It's a shame that we can't get them in.
Well, these shows really do wake a lot of people up. And, people give me shit about it during the week. You're drunk every time you get on the damn show, baby. Yeah, but did you hear what everybody else was saying? Did you hear what got said? And when you start, excuse me. That one burned like tacos. When you start really challenging a lot of people's beliefs, you're going to get a lot of feedback, negative, positive, either way. When you do it drinking, yeah, I'm not so nice to everybody. But I ain't lied to nobody. And Tammy hasn't lied to anybody. Yeah, it's when we come out here, we're not trying to get you to be our buddy. We'll accept you as our buddy. Sure, no problem. You're going to be cool. But that our goal ain't to get more buddies and be more popular. It's called just kind of waking you sorry motherfuckers up, and I know as a sorry motherfucker, a formerly sorry motherfucker in that category, yeah, I'm sorry. I've got to keep on doing this. I've got to keep on telling you people. I'm just glad that I get blessed with beautiful, beautiful women like, Tammy that will get on here and speak the same thing, speak the same knowledge to you kids. It's not like it's old drunk Lee on the air again, just like Fat Rush Limbaugh or fucking Big Head Glenn Beck or what the fuck have you. No, you got Lee, you got Tammy Faye, you've had Skeletor, a.k.a. Dennis Ford, around there. We've had everybody on all these shows, man. It's not just me, right? And we can't all be crazy all at once. So.
And I'm definitely coming back every Friday night. Remember to tell them that.
Oh, baby, I can't wait. I hope you are.
I gave you my word. I don't go back on my word every Friday night. I'll be right there with you guys.
You are so wonderful. I'm gonna have to grab up and mail you one of these Wonder Woman aprons I found. Oh, straight up, I found aprons with the Wonder Woman uniform on the front of it, which it was absolutely hilarious. It was hanging up in this office that we're painting like 17, 18 offices in this place, and I did take a picture. I'll send it to you if you want me to. It's fucking, it's comedy. It really is. Well, Tammy,
I'm trying to think what they missed. What were we talking about when they missed those 20 minutes? We were talking about so much.
Well, there's so much of it out there, dude. It starts to get to.
Here's something easy that you can tell some of the people that aren't awake, especially the ones that are hard-headed. I mean, the system, obviously, is a terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
The only worst thing, and this comes back to paper the only worst thing is sending our soldiers to die in wars based on lies is the fact that they're going over to other countries to fight the same people who are fighting to protect their country.
Mm-hmm.
And yet when they come back here, they're fucked in the head, they have mental disorders, they're broke, they're homeless because we don't take care of them. They're suffering, their families disown them. That's sad, and that's like a wake-up call. And if that doesn't wake the people up, then you are mentally challenged.
You're damn right. It's a fucking broken heart to each and every person who's ever called themselves a patriotic American.
Absolutely.
And that's one of them things, honey, that really just burns my ass. I mean, I can't really put it into exact words because I don't think they make exact words for just how much I hate that.
Yeah.
And
Another.
yeah, well, it's the hardest part about, especially when I became an anarchist, was, I did have a pretty good following of some of these 3%ers and ex-military and everything else. And I was like, you know what? This flag and this government and all that bullshit ain't even worth laying down a life for. And then they got mad. And, not.
Fucking following their protocol.
Not all of them got it at the beginning, man, but after a couple of years, look at Sarge.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a guy that's been down the fucking road and back again. He's went the full Bilbo Baggins and coming back. What's he saying? Same thing we are. Government is a fallacy. It is the biggest terrorist in the world, and he's not the only one, kids. I mean, and not all of them want to get on air and be a part of the show. And yes, I do extend that courtesy to them each and every time. But they're still messaging us. They're still saying, thank you for being that voice that says that shit. It kind of means a lot to me because I don't want any of these kids to fucking go off and fucking die, especially for fucking government interests. If you go out and die literally defending me and my family and friends from harm, sweet. I will fucking honor your grave and, lay dead roses upon them every year. But when you go and fight for this oligarchy, when you go and fight for something that's, you go and fight for the prison masters that are keeping the rest of us in this big prison camp that they call the United States, you come back and sit here, I was fighting for freedom, I was fighting for you, I was fighting for your rights. It just leaves me sitting here and go, well, you've been doing a pretty shitty fucking job, okay? Because we've lost freedoms. We've lost rights. We've lost so many things so many freedoms in this country that we used to have that we don't. That, to me, to be quite honest, and to a lot of my fellow compatriots out here on social media and to a lot of ex-military, ladies and gentlemen, this should be the point that wakes you the fuck up. It wasn't really fucking worth it, now was it? Not one bit.
Your son is going to be 18 years old, right? My son's 18 years old. I would not allow him to go into military. And I know you won't.
No, I did have to talk the fucking boy wonder out of that just a couple months ago.
That's because they get them in school. You go up to them in school and they're like pumping with all these fallacies about how great life is going to be. Bunch of bullshit.
So yeah, to be honest, the boy wonder hadn't been in school for a good 5 years. You know, boy facing his own way and all that, but when he came to me, he's like, Dad, I think this is going to be the answer. It was the only time in his life, or in any of my kids' life, that I literally dropped to my knees and don't begged him. I was like, I don't care whatever the fuck you do with the rest of your life. Do not give it to this corrupt criminal organization. Please don't.
I'm going to be 100%. You know that.
I could stomach a lot, man. You know, I'm pretty tough SOB and all that, but I can't stomach the loss of one of my children. I'll be that Whitman motherfucker that climbs the tower and just starts firing into the crowd.
Me too.
Because there's 15 of you motherfuckers out there that ain't worth my boy. And he's a fuck up, okay? So that means some of you motherfuckers out there might need to check your shit. All right? Start getting it right. Because if 15 of you motherfuckers ain't worth the fuck up that my boy is, you definitely have some issues with your own mind, man. Because my boy is a fuck up. God love him, and anybody says something foul about him, better say it to me first, and you better hope you ain't in arm's reach. But still, in the end.
I mean, my son's fucking up too, but he's definitely not going to serve this country, you know, with all those fallacies and fake promises and not coming back alive. Fuck that.
Ain't gonna send our kids off to die. Oh, we're horrible people, Tammy. We'd become domestic terrorists now.
Oh well. So be it. I don't give a shit.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, look at it. Look at it logically. For the last 4 years, I've been that guy that's been on the internet with the radio shows, being the foul language guy. All right? Tammy's been all sorts of places, all sorts of marches, with all sorts of people, and laying it down. Just standing up and being a true patriot. Okay? They still ain't come for us. Kind of worries me there, kiddo.
I just hope if they do, we're like somewhere in the vicinity, you know,
Mm-hmm.
of each other.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, you know what? You know, all that's left, then I guess we're just going to have to move up into the hills, into the mountains, and, you know, anybody that wants to come and live, you're more than welcome to. Anybody wants to come start drama, there's a good possibility that I will have someone with a very large penis fuck you in the ass. But
You got me off guard there, you fucker.
That's why I love you. Kids, we're only going to do a 2-hour show tonight, man, because I do have to get up in the goddamn morning and, yeah, go back and chase that dollar again. I know, I'm a welfare whore. I'm a welfare whore. I'd rather just be curling up with Tammy Lynn, talking about how taxation is theft, but we can't do that all night.
Cupcakes. You can come help me.
What's that?
I'm baking 50 cupcakes. come help me. It's Savannah's birthday tomorrow. She's going to be 13, remember?
Yeah, I could come and shout slogans at you. You know, just max that pump. Do your best. You know, things like that. As far as that cooking stuff, honey, I mean, I'll rub your shoulders afterwards. I mean, that'd make you feel better.
Well, we're going to be in touch and we're going to schedule some shows hopefully soon.
Oh, you know, baby. You know it. Anytime you want, you just let me know, man. All right? Renegade, I want to bring you in, man, but they're not letting me bring anybody in. So I've got to, like, find some music to end this show with. Because, damn it, I've already made it through a goddamn bottle of Jack Daniels. Good Lord. You have no idea how fresh. I know exactly the hangover I have to fucking deal with tomorrow. God damn it. It's not fun, kids. It really isn't. Damn it. One of these days. Well, with all my cancerous coughing and everything else, I want to thank the lovely, and I do mean lovely, Miss Tammy Lynn for joining me here this evening on a Last Voice for Liberty show. We don't do it too often, I know, because, you know, the network's named the same and all that.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, every now and then,
It's a pleasure, you know it.
You've got to have great people on the shows. And to be able to do a great show, you got to have great people. And you is great people no matter what. I'm telling you.
I hear you. No, I love you guys.
And you know that. Oh, holy crap. That drink is really strong. No, honey, we love you too. No matter what. You have no idea the amount of respect that I have for you.
And likewise. But I'll be in touch, definitely.
Definitely, for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tammy Lynn, I'm the mouth. We need to fucking stall for just a little bit of time so I can, like, figure out which song we're going to end the show on. Because, well, shit, man. I always put a few extra songs up in the studio. I just, not entirely sure that which one I should end it on. Depends on the vibe, you know. And to be quite honest, it's been a really good fucking vibe tonight, man. Just, damn. I want to say a big thank you to Tammy Lynn. All of our listeners out there tonight, man. Tammy, I love you. Go ahead and call me after the show. Anything else? Shit, man. I'll be up for at least a little bit. Still got to go get this goddamn wax, man. Oh, yeah. Shatter up in this piece. Chat. Can I get a jam? You know, type of stuff like that. We're going to end up with a few songs here, ladies and gentlemen. Just a couple, because, you know, hey, that's how we do. A little bit of music. Never hurt nobody. On the mouth for the lovely, beautiful, absolutely awesome Miss Tammy Lynn. We're here. We're there. You can be what we can be. You can be that last voice for liberty. On the mouth, kids. And we out.
puppies I tried to heal. Too many puppies I trained to kill. I make a man wearing money. Does it buy business? Sleep animal pills. Too many puppies. Too many puppies. Too many puppies. Too many puppies. Too many puppies with guns in their hands. Too many puppies in foreign lands. Shop in suits of green and beige, on the war machine. Too many puppies are just like me. Too many puppies are afraid to see the vision that I'm about to fuck to life again. Too many puppies, too many to Else Brandy number one.
I was trying not to get, maudlin or overly
That's right.
sentimental, but
This
it
show's
just
gonna
happened.
roll
So
on,
we're gonna
babies.
play a song that we haven't played for a long time,
Zappa
just because
Dweezil
we thought it
in
would be a
the house
special occasion for
on the
everybody.
mouth.
And,
That's right, babies.
Feel free to participate.
Last voice for Liberty Network.
The mystery man came over and he said, I'm out of sight. He said for a nominal service charge, I could reach Nirvana tonight. If I was ready, willing, and able to pay him his regular fee, he would drop all the rest of his pressing affairs and devote his attention to me. Look here, brother.
Who you jiving with that cosmic debris?
Now, who you jiving with that cosmic debris? Look here, brother. Don't you waste your time on me. Don't even start. I mean, now the mystery man got nervous and he fidgeted around a bit. He reached in the pocket of his mystery robe and he whipped out a shaving kit. Now I thought it was a razor and a can of foaming goo, but he told me right then when the top popped open there was nothing his box won't do. With the oil of Aphrodite and the dust of the Grand Wazoo, he said, you might not believe this, little fella, but it'll cure your asthma too. Achoo! Look here, brother. Look here, brother. Who you jiving with that cosmic debris? Now, who you jiving with that cosmic debris? Look here, brother. That's right. Don't you waste your time on me. I mean, don't even start. Now I've got troubles of my own, I said, and you can't help me out. So take your meditations and your preparations and ram them up your snout.
But they've got a crystal ball.
He said, and he held it on up to the light. So I snatched it all away from him, and I showed him how to do it right. I wrapped some newspaper around my head so it looked like I was dead. I said some mumble jumble in and told him he was going to spin. I robbed his ring and his pocket watch and everything else I found. I had that sucker hypnotized, he couldn't even make a sound. Then I proceeded to show him his future then. As long as he was hanging around, I said, that's right. Look here, brother. Who you jiving with the cosmic dude? Now, is that a real poncho or is that a Sears poncho? Don't you know, you can make more money serving coffee at Starbucks. So don't you waste your time on me. Don't waste it. Don't waste your time on me.
Thank you very much, everybody.
I know what I am. it was the blackest night. There was no moon in sight. You know the stars ain't shining 'cause the sky's too tight. I heard the scary wind. I seen some ugly trees. There was a werewolf walking along the side of me. I'm green and I'm bad, you know I ain't no sissy. Got a big titty girlie by the name of Chrissy. Talking about her in my bike. In the slide up the mountain of mystery. I noticed even the crickets were acting weird up here, and so I figured I might just drink a little beer. I said, give me some of that, what you're sucking on. But there was no reply, 'cause she was gone. Where's those titties I like so well? And my goddamn beer is what I started to yell. Then I heard this noise like a crunching twig. And up jumped the devil. He's about this big. He had a red suit on and a widow's peak and then a pointed tail and like a sulphur-y. Yes, it was him, all right. I swear I knowed it was. He had some human flesh stuck underneath his claws. You know, it looked to me like it was titty skin. I said, you son of a bitch, 'cause I was mad at him. Well, he just got out his floss and started cleaning his fangs. So I shot him with my shooter, said, bang, bang, bang. Then the sucker just laughed and said,
put it away. You know I ate it all up. Now what you gonna say?
You ate my Chrissy?
Titties and all.
Well, what about the beer then, boy?
The cans this tall.
Even her boots?
Would I lie to you?
Shit, you must have been hungry.
Yes, this is true.
Don't they pay you good for the stuff that you do?
Well, you know, I can't complain when the checks come through.
Well, I want my Chrissy, and I want my beer, so you just barf it back up. Now, devil, do you hear?
Blow it out your ass, motorcycle man! I mean, I am the devil, do you understand? Just what will you give me for your titties and beer? I suppose you noticed this little contract here?
You're goddamn right, you son of a whore.
Don't call me that.
That's about the only reason I learned writing for. Give me that paper, bet your ass I will sign, because I need a beer and it's titty squeezing time.
Man, you can't fool me! You ain't that bad! I mean, you should have seen some of the souls that I've had. Why, there was Milhouse Nixon and Agnew too, and both of those suckers was worse than you.
Well, let's make a deal if you think that's true. I mean, you're the devil, so what you gonna do?
Wait a minute, a tinge of doubt crosses my mind when you say that you want to make a deal with me.
That's very, very true.
Wait, you ain't supposed to want to make a deal with me.
Ah, but I'm slightly different than your average customer, devil.
But most people don't want to make a deal with me.
Yeah, well, most
What's
people
your
are
story?
afraid of you. See, they don't know how stupid you are. I happen to know that you jack off to a picture of Public Meadows when you get home.
Stupid.
You know, ever since that guy told you that he contained more fluid than Jeff Beck, you've been trying to outdo him. Well, look, I'm going to say one thing to you. This may not register right away, but let me say this. Leave your pickle alone for a couple of nights, you know what I mean? Now, come on. I'm only interested in a couple of things. Wait, is that a note for me? Somebody passing me a note? What does this say? Frank, please do me a favor. I can't find a brother of mine. I could dig it if you could call him from stage. His name is Dirty Tom Nomads MC. Signed, thanks, Bear or Bean? I can't tell. Well, if he's out there, Dirty Tony De La Nomads MC, get in touch with Bean or Bear. And as I was saying, Devil, I'm an average sort of a person. You wouldn't believe it, but I'm very much like the people here in this audience tonight. I think we definitely have something in common.
Wait a minute, I thought you had funny things growing in your hair and all that other shit. I thought weird music, you know, I thought biker and everything. I mean, shit, you know, big titty chick that you just had out here with the camera.
Listen carefully to me, old devil.
Uh-huh.
I'm only interested in two things.
Yeah.
See if you can guess what they are.
I would think, let's see, maybe...
well, I'll give you two clues.
Let's see.
Let go of your pickle.
What?
Let go of your pickle.
I'm not holding my pickle.
Well, who's holding your pickle then?
I don't know. She's out in the audience. Hey, Dale, would you like to come up here and hold my pickle to satisfy this weird man out here on the stage?
You're probably wondering why we call it a pickle.
Oh,
I hate to squeal on you, Bozio. I mean, devil. But look, I'm only interested in two things.
Oh, wait a minute. All I have to say is, God help me, even though I have this fucking mask on.
Listen, if you think that mask looks bad, you ought to see his pickle. I'm only interested in two things, and that's titties and beer. You know what I mean?
What? Titties and beer?
Titties and beer, 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 titties and beer.
I don't know if you're the right guy.
Titties and beer.
No, don't sign it. Give me time to think. I mean, hold on a second, boy, because that's Magic King.
And then the devil let go of his pickle, and out come my girl. They heard the titties flop, flopping all around the world. She said,
I got me 3 beers and a fistful of downs, and I'm gonna get ripped, so fuck you clowns.
Then she gave us the finger, it was rigid and stiff. That's when the devil, he farted, and she went right over the cliff.
Whoa, tinsel time.
Well, the devil was mad, I took off to my pad. I swear I do declare, how did you get back there? I swear I do declare, how did you get back there? I swear I do declare, how did you get back there? I swear I do declare, how did you get back there? I swear I do declare, how did you get back there? All right. I mean, that's enough of the devil and his famous pickle. We're going to make another dramatic, if somewhat rickety segue into another song called Cruising for Burgers. Wait a minute.
Who do you serve? For whose empire and for whose whims?
Psychic warfare is real. You better believe me, brother. X-ray vision, telekinetic, prophetic dynamite. Psychic warfare is real. I know what you think, and sister. X-ray vision. Next thing that I did was tap on Morris code with the wooden nickel on the receiver of the phone. Before I could complete it, I was quickly overtaken by the angry spirits of Ronald and Nancy Reagan. Telekinetic dynamite. Psychic warfare is real. You better believe me, brother. X-ray vision, telekinetic, prophetic dynamite. Psychic warfare is real. I know what you think, and sister. X-ray vision. And on the drums, Gemini. On bass guitar, presenting Pisces. On lead guitar, we have Aries. And on the microphone, Scorpio. Last thing I remember, I was cutting on the ruins. I don't know who's to blame for that, but I know who didn't do it. With every day that passes, it keeps on getting stranger. But that really doesn't bother me, 'cause I get up from the danger. Telekinetic dynamite. Psychic warfare is real. You better believe me, brother. X-ray vision, telekinetic, prophetic dynamite. Psychic warfare is real. I know what you think, and sister. X-ray vision, telekinetic dynamite. Psychic warfare is real. You better believe me, brother. X-ray vision, telekinetic, prophetic dynamite. Psychic warfare is real. I know what you're thinking. X-ray vision.
Delia, oh Delia,
Oh yeah, we're still.
Delia all my life. If I hadn't a shot poor Delia, I'd have had her for my wife. Delia's gone, one more round, Delia's gone. I went up to Memphis and I met Delia there. Found her in her parlor and I tied her to her chair. Delia's gone, one more round, Delia's gone. She was low down and trifling, and she was cold and mean. Kind of evil, make me want to grab my submachine. Delia's gone, one more round, Delia's gone. First time I shot her in the side. Hard to watch her suffer, but with the second shot she died. Delia's gone, one more round, Delia's gone. But jailer, oh jailer, jailer, I can't sleep, 'cause all around my bedside I hear the patter of Delia's feet. Delia's gone, one more round, Delia's gone. So if your woman's devilish, you can let her run, or you can bring her down and do her like Delia got done. Delia's gone, one more round, Delia's gone. Delia's gone, one more round, Delia's gone.
Oh my hell, kids! I didn't know that we were still broadcasting here live, man. I guess I better give y'all just a few more tunes, man, before we knock on out of here, man. And we're going to just give you a little bit more music, man. I'm the mouth. You're listening to the Last Voice for Liberty Network, man. The Last Voice for Liberty show. Holy crap. I know I'm slurring, but I hope you drink with me, man. If you fancy some clotted crane, stay tuned. We'll be back because the evolution is not done.
History.
She had that Camarillo Brillo flaming out along ahead. I mean her Mendocino Beano, by where some bugs had made it red. She ruled the toads of these short forests and every newt in Idaho, and every cricket who had chorus by the bush in Buffalo. She said she was a magic mama, and she could throw a mean tarot, and carried on without a comma, that she was someone I should know. She had a snake for a pet and an amulet, and she was breeding a dwarf, but she wasn't done yet. She had gray-green skin, a doll with a pin. I told her she was alright, but I couldn't come in. I couldn't come in right then. And so she wandered through the doorway, just like a shadow from the tomb. She said her stereo was four-way, and I just love it in her room. Well, I was born to have adventure, so I just followed up the steps, right past a fuming incense stencher, to where she hung her castanets. She stripped away her rancid poncho and laid out naked by the door. We did it till we were on concho, and it was useless anymore. She had a snake for a cat and an amulet, and she was breeding a dwarf, but she wasn't done yet. She had gray-green skin, a doll with a pin. I told her she was alright, but I couldn't come in. Actually, I was very busy. And so she wandered through the doorway, just like a shadow from the tomb. She said a stereo was four-way, and I just love it in her room. Well, I was born to have adventure, so I just followed up the steps, right past the fuming incense stencher, to where she hung her castanet. She said she was a magic mama, and she could throw a mean tarot, and carried on without a comma, that she was someone I should know. Is that a real poncho? I mean, is that a Mexican poncho or is that a Sears poncho? No fooling.
The gold reserve got my tongue super loose and comfortably numb, more focused than ever and ready for whatever's to come. While Big Pharma got the populace wonderfully dumb, addicted to deadly drugs to keep them under their thumb. You're dealing with scum, handsomely paid to peddle poison. Enjoy something that grows out of the ground, that annoys them, destroy them. Let them know you're privy to their thin scam. Stand tall, don't ever fall for the flim flam. Most politicians are supporters of NAMBLA and actors who follow a script similar to Tony Danza. Who's the boss? It'll cost if you're a gambler. I'll disappear you off of the grid like Adam Lanza. My mantra, incarcerate inquisitors and put them on serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Pharmaceutical giants should lose all privileges, incarcerate their contributors, strip them of their visitors. All I got is a gold pot to piss in, a pole pot position, controlled opposition. They won't stop the mission, they don't got the vision. My cold got them shivering, I'm so hot, I'm sizzling. I am not a slave to the rhythm. The rhythm is a victim of an ancient predilection that I give them. The law of nature on which I base the decision. Obama was the president, but I voted for Shirley Chisholm. Sharks might not be surrounding you yet, but you just wait till the moment that you're drowning in debt. You'll be so much more than upset. You'll be loading your weapon, step into the eye of the threat. Sharks, they are all around you. One drop of blood and they start to surround you. You better stop talking to skanks. They seduce you on the ship and you're walking the plank. The treatment you're receiving is no different from stepchilds. You keep swallowing semen of these demons and reptiles. When will you learn? Pyros are working together, taking turns, and their only endeavor is to make it burn. Hey yo, I had enough of this. Justice Department suck my dick. Fuck that bitch. I will force feed her the poison from a puffer fish. These snuffleupagus motherfuckers in love with this hot potato, but they won't even touch it with some oven mitts. Now that I understand the level of deceit, to keep these devils in their seats and let them pedal on the street. Their pathetic, apologetic rhetoric, they won't compete with the veracity and the tenacity that can't be beat. Suckers and tyrants, they both act as one. The best way to expose them is to make them act like one. Look at all these evil people making a killing. Literally, I'll make the gargoyles come to life and eat the people in your building. Sharks might not be surrounding you yet, but you just wait till the moment that you're drowning in debt. You'll be so much more than upset. You'll be loading your weapon, step into the eye of the threat. Sharks, they are all around you. One drop of blood and they start to surround you. You better stop talking to skanks. They seduce you on the ship and you're walking the plank. Word magic has let the oligarchy step on your voice. Man, I'm telling you, it's the pirate's favorite weapon of choice. Lady Liberty has been literally keeping people in misery. The context is more complex than the prison industry. They're parasitically feeding upon the citizenry, leading it, ritualistically feeding it so habitually. America's in a crisis, getting massacred by ISIS. You could be Al-Qaeda, so your constitution don't mean shit to me. You look suspicious, miss. Step out your car, please. Civil forfeiture, we're collecting like Barclays. We'll take your cash and we'll wipe out your cards, please. And trying to get it back is worse than ripping out shark teeth. I hate to sound unkind, but all that does is cloud your mind. I hope you get to take some time away from shit that makes you blind. My self-contained underwater breathing apparatus lets me see these sharks for who they are and come report the status. Sharks might not be surrounding you yet, but you just wait till the moment that you're drowning in debt. You'll be so much more than upset. You'll be loading your weapon, step into the eye of the threat. Sharks, they are all around you. One drop of blood and they start to surround you. You better stop talking to skanks. They seduce you on the ship and you're walking the plank. Sharks. Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Sharks. Say what? Say what? What? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Sharks. Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? What? Say 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 what?
Oh, I guess I should say something. I'm the mouth. We out.